I was standing in the dairy aisle reaching for a carton of skim milk, and then the ceiling started spinning. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the cold tile floor of the Kroger supermarket. A stranger was holding my hand, sirens wailing. They said I was clinically dead for 2 minutes. My name is Margaret Louise Patterson. I'm 72 years old, and this is the story I wish I had known 5 years earlier. It started that September. I was at school. After 38 years of teaching elementary school, nothing was too strenuous for me. But this time was different. I walked from my classroom to the teacher's lounge, less than 50 steps, and had to sit down. Not because I was tired. It was like someone had drained all the batteries out of my body. Linda, my colleague, asked, "Margaret, you look so pale. Did you eat breakfast?" "I'm fine. Just didn't sleep well." That was the first sign. If you're a woman, especially over 50, please listen to me. Our hearts don't fail like men's do. They break down in more subtle, far more terrifying ways. My husband Tom used to joke, "You'd rather drive a neighbor to the ER than go yourself." He was right, and that mindset nearly killed me. The pain that wasn't in my chest. A week later, I woke up with pain between my shoulder blades. That spot you can't reach when you scratch your back. Took some painkillers. Kept teaching. By lunchtime, it spread to my neck, then up to my jaw. Have you ever had a toothache that wasn't in your tooth? It was like that, as if the pain came from somewhere deeper, somewhere you couldn't point to. Tom said, "You should see a doctor." I said, "It's probably nothing." That was the second sign. According to what I've learned, 43% of women having a heart attack experience pain in their upper back, shoulders, neck, and jaw, not their chest. And 95% of them don't think it's their heart. I didn't either. The nausea that wouldn't stop. Tuesday, late September. I was brushing my teeth, not doing anything strenuous, when I suddenly felt nauseous. Not the ate something bad kind. It was a feeling of fullness, heaviness, like my stomach was packed tight even though I hadn't eaten anything. Sat down on the bed, waited for it to pass. It didn't pass. I grabbed some antacids, put some crackers in my purse, drove to work. At the time, I didn't know that was the third sign, and I dismissed it, the cold sweat. 2 weeks before I collapsed, the scariest thing happened. I was grading papers at my desk, doing nothing. Then suddenly, cold sweats, not menopause hot flashes. I was past that stage. This was different, ice cold. My hands were freezing, but my shirt was drenched. And there was this feeling, I can't describe it, like something terrible was about to happen. I was grading papers at my desk, doing nothing. Then suddenly, cold sweats. My hands were freezing, but my shirt was drenched. And there was this feeling, I can't describe it, like something terrible was about to happen. My heart was pounding, not from fear, not from exertion. It was just beating erratically on its own. I went to the bathroom, washed my face. Must be anxiety, work stress. Once again, I ignored my body's warning. That was the fifth sign. Couldn't catch my breath. The last 2 weeks, I started not being able to breathe, sitting still at my desk, doing nothing. Suddenly, like I'd just run up 3 flights of stairs, gasping, quick, shallow breaths. The school nurse said, "Margaret, you don't sound right." When was the last time you checked your thyroid? Yeah, I'll make an appointment. I didn't make an appointment. Too busy. I'd be fine. When your heart doesn't pump enough oxygen-rich blood, your lungs try to compensate by making you breathe faster. It's an emergency signal, and I paid the price. The dizziness came next. The world started spinning. Not just when standing up quickly. It was like sitting teaching. The world would spin. Had to grab the desk to stay steady. There was ringing in my ears, a whooshing sound that appeared without warning. The last week, my heart started, pounding like a drum. Boom, 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 boom. Fast, hard, completely irregular. I had to stop everything, wait for it to calm down. Sometimes a few seconds, sometimes several minutes. I thought to myself, must be drinking too much coffee. But that was the 7th sign. Rapid heartbeat, arrhythmia, especially when accompanied by fatigue and shortness of breath. It's one of the most serious symptoms. Your heart is crying for help, and I still did nothing. Friday, October 23rd. Beautiful weather, cool, perfect autumn light. I finished teaching my morning classes, stopped by Kroger to pick up groceries for the weekend. The dairy aisle, reached for a carton of milk. Then, the cold sweats came back. Chest pressure, not exactly pain, but like an elephant sitting on my sternum. The nausea surged stronger. My left arm went numb. Sharp pain in my jaw. The world tilted. I couldn't stand anymore. The next thing I remember, I was lying on the floor. People shouting. A young man calling 911, a woman holding my hand, an off-duty nurse checking my pulse. The paramedics arrived within minutes, loaded me onto a stretcher, hooked up monitors. Ma'am, you're having a heart attack, a big one. I remember thinking, but I don't have chest pain. It can't be a heart attack. But it was a heart attack. 95% blockage in the left anterior descending artery. They call it the widowmaker. If those 3 strangers hadn't acted quickly. 4 days in cardiac ICU, 2 stents placed, a basket of medications, cardiac rehabilitation. When I was well enough to listen, my cardiologist told me something I'll never forget. Mrs. Patterson, your body had been warning you for weeks. Fatigue, back pain, nausea, sweating, shortness of breath, dizziness, heart palpitations, all of them were heart attack symptoms. You had multiple opportunities to catch this before it became life-threatening. I cried. I sit here now, 5 years later, with 2 stents in my heart and a long list of what-ifs. What if I had known? What if I had gone to the doctor? What if I had trusted my body? But I also sit here with 5 more years, 5 more autumns, 5 more winters, 5 more times watching my granddaughter grow up. And I want to see so many more. The hardest month. You know what? The first month after leaving the hospital was the hardest time. Not because of pain, but because fear. Fear every time my heart beat a little fast. Fear every time breathing was slightly difficult. Fear every time I felt sleepy. Is this a sign? Tom had to remind me, you're recovering. This is normal. I had to go to cardiac rehab, 3 sessions a week. Our group had 12 people, 10 men, 2 women. The men talked about chest pain, intense pressure, knew immediately it was a heart attack. Sarah and I, the other woman, we talked about fatigue, nausea, back pain. I thought I had the flu, Sarah said, until I passed out at home. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death for women in America. Not breast cancer. It's the heart. 1 in 3 women will die from it, and most of it is preventable because the symptoms appear early. They give us time, but we don't recognize them. We don't trust them. Women over 60 are especially vulnerable. After menopause, estrogen drops and the protective shield around our hearts disappears. If you recognize any of these signs, don't wait. 5 years ago, I was one of the lucky ones. 3 strangers at Kroger saved my life. But I could have saved myself, if only I'd paid attention. After my heart attack, I stopped teaching. It was the hardest decision. But the doctor said my heart couldn't handle the stress anymore. The damage was done. Now I do what I should have done long ago. Take care of myself. Walk every morning. Monitor my blood pressure, cholesterol. Eat better. Sleep more. Listen to my body instead of ignoring it. And I tell my story. I tell every woman willing to listen about the warning signs of heart disease. I volunteer with the American Heart Association, speak at senior centers, churches, because if I can save even one woman from what I went through. A note on my refrigerator. On my refrigerator, I keep a note my granddaughter wrote after I came home from the hospital. She was 12 at the time. Grandma, I'm so glad you're still here. Please don't ever ignore yourself again. I look at that note every morning and think about all the women who don't get a second chance, who don't get to see their grandchildren grow up, who don't get to retire and enjoy the years they've earned. What I understand after 5 years. We've been conditioned to ignore our bodies for too long. 3 months after I came home, I met a woman named Susan at a heart support group. She was 64, a retired lawyer, also survived a heart attack. She told me she'd ignored the same signs I experienced. Her voice broke. I still have nightmares about it. More than half of us won't know we're having a heart attack. We looked at each other. We understood. Don't be like me. It's not that I didn't know. I knew, but still ignored it. 6 months after my heart attack, I visited Kroger for the first time. Same spot, same dairy aisle. I stood there, looked at the carton of skim milk on the shelf, and felt, what? Not fear? Not sadness? Grateful? Maybe. A young employee stocking shelves looked at me. Are you okay, ma'am? I smiled. You know, a year ago, I collapsed right here. Her eyes widened. Oh my God, are you okay now? I am, dear, thanks to 3 strangers and the doctors. If you're reading this, if you're a woman, regardless of age, regardless of how healthy you think you are, remember these 7 signs. Write them down. Put them on your refrigerator. Send them to your mother, your sister, your friends. Because knowledge, it saves lives. And if you're feeling something isn't right now, call your doctor. Go to the ER. Say, I'm worried about my heart. Those specific words make a difference because your life, it's the most precious thing you have. I'm 72 years old. Here are the 7 signs I ignored. Before my heart attack, 1. Extreme fatigue after light activity. If walking across a room exhausts you, it's not just aging. 2. Pain in upper back, shoulders, neck, or jaw, especially if it's persistent and doesn't change with movement. 3. Nausea, bloating, or feeling of fullness in upper abdomen. Many women mistake heart attack symptoms for stomach problems. 4. unusual cold sweats, accompanied by feelings of anxiety. Shortness of breath at rest. If you're gasping while sitting in a chair, your heart may not be providing enough oxygen. 6. Dizziness, lightheadedness, or persistent ringing in ears. 7. Rapid heartbeat, arrhythmia, especially when accompanied by fatigue or anxiety. Life is so fragile. It can end on a beautiful morning, in the middle of the most ordinary tasks. Your heart is beating faithfully for you every second. Take care of it. I'm Margaret, and I hope my story will help you. If this touched you, please share this. Leave a comment about your own experience.